I'm Kimberlie Clyma, editor of Pet Food Processing. Today on Processor Perspective, I'm speaking with Rick Ruffolo, President and CEO of Phelps Pet Products, a manufacturer of jerky-style pet treats based in Rockford, Illinois, which you can read more about in our May issue. Thanks for taking time for this conversation today, Rick.
Well, Kimberlie, thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here.
Well, we did a story on Phelps Pet Products back in 2019, and things have changed quite a bit since then. Phelps has experienced a lot of growth year after year, and you've made a sizable investment in the future growth of the company with a new plant in Janesville, Wisconsin. Can you tell us a little more about these last few years and how they led to the expansion?
Well, Kimberlie, it certainly has been an exciting last 4 or 5 years for sure. I think for everyone, but in particular at Phelps. Our company was founded almost 60 years ago by Dick Phelps, and it was really only the last 5 years or so where we shifted our focus. It was a strategic move on our part to become an innovator versus a private label follower as a company. And so our focus shifted from national brand equivalents to really innovating in the pet treat category. And with that shift, we invested in people, we invested in our plants and equipment, and then we invested in new processes, new certifications, so that we could offer our customers the best clean label, the best certified and trend right products. And that was a really big shift for us as a company. And, as an example, Phelps was the first to be in market with 100% plant-based meatless jerky treats. We did that in 2020 at Global. We were also the first dog treat manufacturer to be certified by the Upcycled Food Association. And it's steps like that where we were able to differentiate ourselves and allow not only for ourselves, but our customers then have the ability to market on pack and with their various initiatives, new innovative dog treats that are building on humanization insights, building on the latest in nutrition, and just some of them are just fun trends. And with all that, we were able to go and invest in equipment that allowed us to do that more effectively. And in particular, our mini kitchen, which sounds like a silly concept, but really our pilot plant or our mini kitchen allowed us to really unlock a ton of innovation. So we were collaborating and had our customers in side by side working. Instead of interrupting production, we were doing true R&D together. And they always say a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a sample, an actual product that's been produced is worth 1,000,000. And so that's been a big part of what we've been able to do. And then, of course, had to get out talking to people. And while COVID certainly created some new challenges in terms of trying to reach out and talk to people, we've been out and about pretty aggressively at the trade shows and, of course, one-on-one with customers.
Your new Janesville facility is just 30 miles north of your headquarters in Rockford, Illinois.
Yeah.
And that was quite a big undertaking to expand that way and build a new plant. But you did it pretty quickly. Tell me a little more about that.
Yeah, no, that was it's been an exciting journey for sure. And in fact, your interview last month with Scott Salmon at Simmons, he and his team were actually very instrumental in the collaborative approach that we took to this expansion. So as you know, Simmons exited the pet treat category, and that timing coincided with our interest in expanding, and it couldn't have been a better win-win. So we were able to take that equipment, which was only 8 or 9 years old, and bring it into Wisconsin, just about, as you said, about 30 miles north of where we are in our headquarters. And instead of probably taking 2 to 3 years to get that all up and running, we were able to do it in less than 12 months. And by moving the equipment and then working with a developer in Wisconsin, we tried to find a location near to us, but not greenfield where everything had to be constructed. So we found a facility that was built, but not finished. So almost like a spec home, if you think of it that way. And we were able to customize the flooring and the drainage and the all the kind of USDA and FDA and all the other kind of requirements you'd want to have in a facility from scratch. And like I said, we got the deal done with Simmons in February of 2022 and opened up in January of 23. So, less than 12 months. And Scott and his team were nothing short of great collaborators with us.
Well, it is quite a big plant at 178,000 square feet, and there are a lot of opportunities for growth in that location. But what are some of the features and some of the new offerings that you're going to be able to provide now that you have this new facility?
Yeah. So when I found out I couldn't put a basketball court in there, I was a little bummed. But no, as you saw, we intentionally built the facility bigger than we needed today because we wanted to continue to grow. And every trend you read about in the industry right now is, not only this year, not only next year, but as you look over 3, 5, 8, 10 years, this category is only going in one direction, and that's up. And capacity has been a constraint on the company or the category's ability to grow. And so we wanted to give our company the ability to grow beyond even the next 2 or 3 years. And so the additional room gives us that capability of adding additional equipment in the future when we're ready for it. But as you saw, the facility itself is really it's kind of serving three or four different purposes for us. Certainly, one of those is it's tripled our capacity, right? So overnight, we now have additional capacity making the exact same meaty dog treats we make today. Additionally, the capabilities that the Simmons equipment had allowed us to do shapes. And while the dog doesn't really care what shape the treat is, we do as consumers, and it allows us to create shapes. So as an example, with our Disney line, now we could create a Mickey Mouse ear shaped dog treat if that's something we wanted to do. So the shape technology was something we didn't have in Rockford, and now we have in Janesville. And that's great for chicken tenders or any other kind of imaginative shape that you wanted to come up with. We can now do that with this equipment. The other thing we were able to do is our meat content has gone up. So we're able to now 95, 98, 99, maybe even 100%. We haven't done that yet. But the ability to mix the recipes together at an incredibly high level of meat content is now something we can do even greater than we could before. We were already pretty high in that capability in Rockford, but this gives us that much more capability in that area. The other thing we do, of course, up there is it's our DC now. So it allows us to have all our finished goods right there in our own same facility instead of having it in an offsite facility. So gives us greater control and higher emphasis then and ability to service our customers. So really exciting. And I've taken that journey many times now up and down the highway, and it's literally, as you saw, you get right off the highway and you're there. So it's a very easy way for us to treat all three of our facilities now as sort of one integrated company.
Well, that investment that Phelps made into building the new plan and expanding production really shows the company's confidence in its future. But you've told me before that Phelps' most important investment is in its people. So can you elaborate a little more on that?
Oh, for sure. And thank you for asking that question. Our team. So I joined the company about 5 years ago, and we had a great team in place at that point. And many of those team members, especially on the leadership team, are still with us today. Some have in the plant. We've got folks that are 30, 32, 33-year employees, which that kind of institutional knowledge and commitment to the business is it's irreplaceable, right? It's invaluable. And we've been able to, at the same time, attract new talent to the company. And the collaboration and the culture that we have been able to build, and it's building upon what was 50 years of collaboration prior to my arrival. But what a great group of individuals who are 100% focused on customer satisfaction. You know, everything we do, it's focused on creating custom programs for our customers. We don't have a catalog or a trench coat of here, pick anything I've got in my trench coat. It's no, we're developing this with our customers. And we have a program that we work on called the 5 Ps that allow us to help our customer articulate what they're looking for. You know, what product are you looking for? What proteins are you looking for? What kind of preservative system do you want to use? What kind of perks or other attributes are you looking for? All of that kind of activity allows us to really create true solutions for our customers. And our team is just wired that way. That's in our DNA. We love to innovate. We love working individually with each customer. One of the biggest areas we've invested in as far as people is actually in our key account management area. So having the ability to, really have individual focus on our accounts, and we're not just taking orders. We're there collaborating side by side. I can't tell you how many times we have customers physically, especially now that the pandemic is for the most part behind us. It's been great to be able to have our customers in the room, so to speak, and allowing us to collaborate together, whether it's in the mini kitchen or in our conference rooms, trying to create whatever's next. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, that seems like the perfect way to wrap up our conversation today, talking about the people and the passion at Phelps Pet Products. Rick, thanks so much for taking the time to share with our audience on processor perspective.
My pleasure, Kimberlie, and it was great talking with you.
And look for our cover story on Phelps Pet Products in the May issue of Pet Food Processing.